is a Dexa scan, and should I have one? I'm Dr. Catherine Bowling, practicing family medicine physician in Baltimore, Maryland. A Dexa scan is a bone scan that helps look at the bone density. That means how hard are your bones? How thick are your bones? And are they hard and thick enough to be a normal density so that if you fell down and had a low impact fall, you wouldn't get fractures all over your body? Women who are menstruating and have the normal hormones that come with menstruation, estrogen and progesterone, normally have good bone density. The only time when they may have low bone density is if they've been on steroids like prednisone. Let's say they have really bad asthma and they have to take steroids all the time, or they have rheumatoid arthritis and they have to take steroids all the time for that. Steroid use can decrease bone density. Or let's say a woman has an eating disorder and she's not eating very much, or she's vomiting up what she's eating. That can cause decreased bone density as well. Certain illnesses like pancreatitis, where you can't eat very much, that can cause decreased bone density. But the normal woman who eats normally, doesn't have to take lots of medications that could decrease bone density, she doesn't start having risk of low bone density until after she passes menopause. So if you're menstruating until your 50s, the average age of menopause in this country is 52, you don't need a Dexa scan until after you've passed through menopause, probably a few years. So let's say you stop menstruating at the average age of 52, you should probably have a bone density scan sometime around 54 or 55 years old, and maybe every few years after that, depending on what your first scan shows. Now, certain populations of people are at risk for low bone density. This includes very thin women, women who are very light-skinned, and Asian women in particular. And the reason that thin women are at increased risk for decreased bone density is twofold. Number one, they don't have a lot of body weight that they're carrying around, and heavy body weight puts weight on bones, and it's like weight-bearing exercise for bones. It pushes calcium into the bones. And the second reason is that body fat actually increases the amount of estrogen-like hormones that are circulating around the body, and so it can increase bone density in women who are heavier. The Asian population just has an increased propensity for low bone density. So these people should absolutely have Dexa scans, those that are thin, light-skinned, Asian, within a few years of passing through menopause. So yes, all women after they go through menopause should at the very least have a baseline Dexa scan to see where they are. The three possible results are normal, which is good, osteopenia, which means bone density is below normal but does not require medication. But you can still do a lot to keep this from progressing, and even perhaps return to normal by doing weight-bearing exercises, getting enough calcium in your diet, and having a normal vitamin D level. Finally, the worst result is osteoporosis, where bones are fragile enough that falling could cause fractures, or even just going about daily life could cause something called a compression fracture of the spine. That's terrible. Usually women with osteoporosis are offered medications to try to strengthen bones. So getting a Dexa scan is important to keep you active and healthy throughout the postmenopausal years. I'm Dr. Catherine Bowling, practicing family medicine in Baltimore, Maryland. Thank you for listening for a healthier, happier you.